Hi all, happy Nowruz to those celebrating. This stream is recorded on 23rd of March. We have Masoum, Google Developers Group Karaganda, organizer. And this is the first meetup online. Hopefully we can do it next time is offline or in a hybrid mode. We are supported by Google developers, and if you guys already 3 people watching, if you want to join like this to talk, because otherwise you able only to chat. You could write in the chat your Telegram or any social media account, and we will send you link for joining as a speaker, so you will be able to join like this. You can type in this chat. I will put it like this. Chat, if you're watching over either YouTube or Facebook, it doesn't matter. If you type your contacts, if you wish to join in this interactive mode, we'll send you. Otherwise, we can read your comments and proposals from the chat. It doesn't matter. So, Masoum, would you like to tell a few words about yourself, to introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Masoum. I am a student at Kargo University. I'm doing my master's degree in information technology, and I'm also an organizer at Karaganda, Google Developer Karaganda.
Thank you for joining. I think you also do some research papers development. Last time you mentioned. Or do you study research papers? Because maybe I was confused. But anyways, there was a big list for this meetup's agenda, big list of papers. I don't think anybody read it. And by the way, we are also open to any hosts, any moderators, or any organizers to join the GDG community. You also can create launch GDG in your city, or you can contribute to become co-organizer in existing GDG communities across Central Asia, Mongolia. We are in every capital cities and some big cities, but you're always welcome to join. Overall, the agenda is we just share our understanding of papers. Sometimes groups can split. For instance, Google offers 9 papers to read and then discuss. This kind of hot research agenda. As you know, machine learning, AI, and cloud-related stuff, as well as traditional software engineering, very competitive these days. But I don't know, Masoum, probably you also didn't have time to read because it was a short notice, 2 days in advance. I could just, let's do like this. If I just share a paper I read, but it's not from this list, and then we can discuss what next paper we would like to interested to read and discuss, and also people from chat can propose their points of interest. And I will just share my paper in the chat. It's called Hidden Technical Debt in Machine Learning Systems. I'm just reading it. It was written for Neural Information Processing Systems conference by several Google employees, Google researchers. But its paper, it's quite old. It's dated to 2015, but it's nevertheless highly cited and it's still relevant. What I understood that they say, yes, machine learning is a powerful toolkit for building prediction systems, generating some artifacts, but it's incurred in itself a massive technical debt. How they understand technical debt, because some people have different understanding for this. In the papers dictionary, it's high, extremely high maintenance cost. In plain English, it's about low stability of the system's outputs. And for example, if you do some machine learning related to computer vision, if you put this object like a pen, sometimes it's object recognition, and you train the system on pens, and then you put some different object like this for glasses, and the computer vision system, if it's machine learning based, it will be 100%, it will be confused. It will result in some erroneous object detection. And in paper, they talk also about so-called boundaries erosion and hidden feedback loops. By the way, you can download the paper from this link. It's absolutely open access, free. As I understood this, what is boundary erosion and feedback loops, that if we train the system again on some data set, it's highly dependent on the data set, data production process. And in that sense, it's if we provide feedback on the system based on still the same environment of the data and maybe even the same people who test it, it will have incurred bias. And this is not all. I'm just moving to one last point from the co-author of this paper. They basically plus refactoring, testing and verification of data is, they say, it's hard or nearly impossible. And this is the main point of the paper, but I cannot just finish off like this, because since it's paper discussion, papers usually have some research methods, area methodology part, so that because this is scientific paper, so that every reader can assess, can use critical thinking and assess, is this reliable research? Is it like mumbo jumbo, or can we really rely on the rigorous methods used to get this kind of arguments? And in that terms, in terms of rigor, academic rigor, I'm just browsing. It's mostly based on literature review, and in that terms, it's like it's more like essay backed up by some academic scientific research papers and practitioners' research papers. And if I would rate the research rigor on the scale from 1 to 5, I'll just put 3. It's because it's not backed by some empirical testing or intensive literature review, which the literature review is quite limited. It's mostly, it feels like it's mostly personal experience of these researchers from Google Research, which were put on the foundation of this paper. But nevertheless, it's very highly cited. It's very popular among the machine learning research community. And guys, if you have questions on this paper, or maybe proposals to discuss next time other papers feel free to post to chat. And meanwhile, Masoum, what do you think overall about because this is kind of testing meetup overall about the format of this. If we gather like this, I think it's not quite how to say, for somebody it's interesting, or if it's only 2 speakers, maybe we need to do like several 3-4 speakers and everybody prepares some part of its reading list. What do you think?
Yeah, exactly. We need some more audience and speakers. So each of us can speak about a specific part of any paper. And at once we have to choose some papers, like we are going to discuss about this specific paper, and then we can divide. So each paper definitely has some parts. So we can take any part like introduction, method, and then conclusion, and discuss about that. At the end of the meetup, we can sum up all our ideas and our what we have got from those papers and share them to the audience. I think it will be better to do in that case. So if there is only 2 or 3, so it will not be that much effective, and we will not get that much of benefit from those papers also. I think it will be, if number of the audience are more, it will be better.
Mm-hmm. Got it. This makes sense, absolutely. Let's try the way you propose. And is there any specific research area or like problem area you are interested in?
Yeah, I'm interested on information security because I did 2 research, and I read lots of papers on the information technology researches, and I published recently 1 paper on the permission-based of the privacy risk assessment of the Android applications. So,
wow, congratulations, awesome. It's the conference paper.
The conference is Manchester. The name of the conference is the Manchester, Scientific Papers.
Awesome. I'm really glad for you. I know it's really hard work, and often solo work. Your research is you mentioned assessment. Is it like information system compliance and audit part, or not limited to this?
Actually, it is limited to Android permission based, because in Android security there is only permission based, which is very important for all the information. That this technique is actually in 2 based. One is sandboxing, and the second is Android permission, or the manager permission they have. I have chosen that one, and because there was many limitation to that part, and most of the papers have mentioned that this has many disadvantages because of user cannot understand that, and it was very complex for user to understand what are the risks of application. So I have chosen that and proposed 1 new solution and adjusted some formula and invented that. Based on that, I also implemented 1 application that can be used and find out all the risks related to the installed other applications. And I have used some graphicals to show user, and it improves and enhances the understanding of the user to understand what is the specific qualitative or also quantitative, in both terms, the risks of related to 1 application.
Awesome. So it's not only a theory, you also did like the instantation application itself. If it's published, if you wish, you can put it in the chat. We'll also send it. We'll attach it to YouTube, maybe to
I will get the credential on 29th of this month. It has
Oh,
approved.
Awesome.
29th of, yeah.
Then on 20, after you send, we can put it on YouTube if
Yes.
it's free to read. And so moving to final of this, people can join as a GDG Karaganda. I just put or GDG Cloud Almaty. I put the link to the chat. Also, I think we should put it to YouTube. And there is a link for Cloud Almaty, and I will put link to GDG Karaganda. And we have this Friday meetup with Google Cloud engineer Murat Eken. He will be streaming from Amsterdam, and he will share vision future of AI. It will be 3 p.m. Almaty time. Basically tomorrow. It's already tomorrow. If you are interested in AI, please join. And
yeah, you can share me the link tomorrow.
Okay, and guys who joined, Detective Hexert and other people, do you have some proposals, maybe feedback, or maybe some papers for next time discussion? Feel free to write in chat. If you will decide to write after, you can still write in the comments of YouTube, and it will be seen and it will be answered within one day. And thank you all for joining us. Especially thank you, Masoum, for good luck with your research. It's awesome. I think it's a prestigious conference in Europe. It's not like some localized stuff. And I wish you great success in your researcher career.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Have a nice day. Goodbye.
You too. Bye.